Darius Vane, Episode 18. The Third Key. The third door stood open. Neither side moved. On one side, Darius Vane, the keepers, the editor, and the endless library. On the other, Lila Morgan, Elliot Hart, and a forest that had survived nightmares of its own. For several long seconds, the only sound was the rain. Elliot tightened his grip on his weapon. "Tell me who you are," Darius answered honestly. "I don't think I can." Lila stepped forward. "Elliot, he's telling the truth." She couldn't explain it, but looking at Darius felt like opening a book she'd already read. The little girl whispered, "They recognize each other." The author's face darkened. "They shouldn't." Lila slowly held up her leather journal. Darius held up his. The covers were identical. Same worn leather, same silver symbol. Without anyone touching them, both journals opened to the same page. The words began writing themselves, not in ink, in light. One keeper protects stories. The page turned. One keeper protects memories. Another page. When they stand together, the writing stopped, as if waiting. Lila looked at Darius. "You finish it." Darius slowly reached out. The moment his hand touched the page, the final sentence appeared. "The third key is forged." The journals exploded into brilliant white light. The light rushed into the palms of Darius and Lila. When it faded, each of them held half of an ancient silver key. The pieces floated together. Click. One complete key. The third key. The library shook violently, not from fear, from recognition. Every shelf bowed. Every book closed. Even the reader fell silent. The editor whispered, "I've searched for that key since the first story." Then, the author laughed, not with joy, with relief. "It's finally happened." Darius turned sharply. "You knew this would happen?" "I hoped." "No," Lila interrupted. "You expected it." The author didn't deny it. He simply looked at both of them. "You weren't born in separate worlds. You were separated, because together, you were too dangerous." Silence. Elliot frowned. "What does that even mean?" The author answered, "Before there were libraries, there were keepers. Only two." He pointed at Darius. "The keeper of stories." Then at Lila. "The keeper of memory." The third key began glowing. The floor beneath everyone cracked open, not downward, upward. An enormous vault rose from beneath the library. It had no lock, only a keyhole shaped exactly like the third key. The little girl smiled. "It's here." The editor didn't move. He didn't try to stop them. Instead, he quietly whispered, "Don't." Everyone turned. For the first time since anyone had met him, the editor looked afraid. "If you open that vault, you won't remember this conversation." Lila frowned. "What are you talking about?" The editor looked directly at Darius. "That isn't a vault. It's a prison. And the third key doesn't unlock it." He paused. "It unlocks you." The glowing key suddenly became too hot to hold. Darius and Lila both dropped it, but instead of hitting the floor, it floated, turned on its own, and slid into the ancient keyhole. The vault clicked. From inside, a familiar voice echoed. Not the reader, not the author, not the editor. A calm voice. One Darius had heard every day of his life. His own. "It's about time you found me." To be continued.